Hello students, today I will discuss under the main topic optical fibers following subtopics. In this lecture we will study skip distance and types of optical fibers. Now first of all, what is skip distance? As I have written on this slide, it is a linear distance between two successive reflections of a ray of light from the walls of fiber. You can see in this diagram that a ray of light which is incident on this optical fiber, it strikes at point B, and due to total internal reflection it goes to point C, and again due to total internal reflection it is reflected back, and in this way the ray of light, it propagates inside this optical fiber. Now skip distance, it is the linear distance between two successive reflections. One reflection at point B, other reflection was at point C. So linear distance between point B and C, that is BD. So this BD distance is the skip distance, and we denote it by small ls. Now to find the expression for skip distance, it is a easy derivation. In this right angle triangle BCD, this is the angle of refraction, and the cot theta r, that is ls over the diameter of the core D, and then we use the Snell's law at point A. Snell's law says that sine of theta I, that is angle of incidence, over sine of theta r, it is equal to the ratio of refractive index of the core over the refractive index of the medium from which the light is incident onto the optical fiber. So using this relation we can find sine theta r and cos theta r, put these values, their ratios in this equation 1, and we will get cot theta r. So cot theta r, if we put the value of cot theta r in equation 1, then from there we will get the skip distance expression. So here you can see, students, we get from equation 2 the expression for skip distance. Another thing we can find is the total number of reflection inside the optical fiber if its length is small l. Now total number of reflections, it is the total length of the optical fiber divided by the skip distance. So from here you can find the number of reflections. Now the next topic is types of optical fibers. Now optical fibers, they can be classified into two categories. First is single mode fiber, or another name is monomode fiber. and the second one is multimode fibers. What do you mean by a mode? Mode, it is a path that a light wave follow when it travels through the core of the optical fiber. So the nature of path decides the mode of the optical fiber. Suppose if the order or the number m is given, it means that this is the order of the modes in which the light propagates through the optical fiber. Now, first, single mode fibers. So those optical fibers which are single mode, in them the diameter of the core is very small, that is, core is very thin, and also the refractive index of the core is uniform, and which is, we know it is surrounded by the cladding whose refractive index is n2, such that n2 is less than n1. So the main thing is, single mode fibers are characterized by thin cores, or the diameter of the core is very small. Another name of single mode fibers is single step index fiber. Why we call it, I will explain in the next slide. Here you can see this is a single mode fiber. This is graphical representation of distance and refractive index. You can see that the diameter of core is small, whose refractive index is n1, and refractive index of cladding, it is the n2. So here the light, it moves in a straight path, and also change in the refractive index from n2 and n1, it is a single step. Once you reach the core, refractive index becomes or changes from n2 to n1. So it is a single step process. Also, we have zero order mode, because here light travels along a single direction, that is the axis of the fiber. So its order is 0. The next is multimode fiber. From the name we can understand that here the order of mode is more than 0 or 1. Here we get more than single modes, that is multimodes. Now, multimode fibers, they are further classified as multimode step index fiber and graded index fiber. In multimode step index fiber, the only difference is that now the core diameter is large. In the single mode fiber, core diameter was very small, that is 4 to 5 micrometer. Now here it is 100 micrometer. So here light travels in a zigzag path. You can see here in the diagram that the diameter of the core is quite large. That can be seen from the shape of this optical fiber. Here core diameter is large. So when the light it enters the optical fiber, it travels in this zigzag path. So this is a multi-mode step index fiber. It is also step index because here refractive index changes from N2 to N1 in a single step. That is why it is called multi-mode step index fiber. The other type of multi-mode fiber is graded index fiber. So in graded index fiber, what is the difference? Here the refractive index of the core, it is non-uniform and it decreases with the distance from the center. As you can see here in this graphical depiction, that here the refractive index of the core, it varies non-uniformly. At the center, refractive index is highest, and as we go away from the center, the refractive index goes on decreasing. So in this diagram you can see that light travels inside the fiber in this type of path. Also you must note that the maximum number of modes in a multi-mode fiber, it is equal to V square by 2. V, as we know, it is the V number or the normalized frequency. So maximum number of modes is the square of normalized frequency divided by 2. Now we will see one example. Here you can see we have optical fiber whose core has refractive index 1.6 and cladding has refractive index 1.3. Now you have to find the value of the critical angle and also calculate the value of the angle of acceptance cone. So first of all, we have drawn the diagram of the optical fiber, and this is how the light travels inside the fiber. When it enters the fiber, angle of incidence is phi, and when it strikes point Q, which is the core cladding interface, the angle it is theta. Now if this angle theta it is greater than the critical angle, then only the light it will total internal reflected from point Q and will go inside the core. But if this theta is less than critical angle, in that case this light it won't be total internal reflected, and so it will move into the cladding. Now we have to find the critical angle. So at point Q we use the Snell's law. So when the theta angle is equal to critical angle, then this angle of reflection or refraction it is 90 degree. So this is the this is the normal, and this angle is 90 degree because now light will move parallel to the axis of the fiber. So when this angle is 90, so we get a relation from here. You can find the value of sin theta c and also the critical angle using trigonometric laws. Now, acceptance angle, we know from the formula it is sin phi maximum equal to n1 square minus n2 square. So from here we can find phi maximum, and the acceptance cone which we have drawn in the previous lectures, that is twice the acceptance angle. So this is equal to 121 degree. Now these are some of the important formulas which of optical fibers. These will be used to solve the numericals, and numericals of this optical fibers using these formulas, they are quite important from the examination point of view. Therefore, I will advise you to remember these formulas so that you can easily solve the numericals. Thank you all of you.